Hi, I'm Jeff Pedro, and we're here at SimTrainer today, and we're going to talk a little bit about Crimson Trace lasers. And I want to do this because we find that not only do laser sights give you a better option for people who can't see as well to identify their target, but perhaps more importantly, laser sights provide an opportunity for you to develop finer shooting skills because you can use the laser to see the pattern that the gun is projecting on the target. We know from the statistics and from many people that we've trained and the people that we talk to, most shooters shoot low their intended target. So they're anticipating recoil and or slapping the trigger or squeezing one or both hands at the time they break the shot. Using the laser will help you determine if that is in fact the case, because you can actually do some shooting after you set up your cell phone to record some video of the laser being projected onto the target and the shots actually being fired. Many times when people try to figure that out themselves, they can't really tell that right before the shot breaks that they're jerking the trigger and the sights go out of alignment. But with the laser, they'll be able to see that when they play it back, because the laser will take a very noticeable dip and then it will go upward as the gun recoils from the shot going off. So there's a lot to be gained when you use the laser from a training perspective. Now what I'm going to do now is just show you a demonstration, and the first thing I want to do is just have you see how the laser moves or doesn't move on the target. Now I have this one particularly set up so that the laser is projected right above my front sight, so it's pretty consistent with my actual sights. I'm going to fire a group at one target without the laser, then I'm going to fire a group at another target using the laser, so you can just see how accurate you can get these lined up. First of all, I'll just shoot generally so you can see how the laser works, then I'll show you the difference between the laser and without the laser. That was just using the laser in one area. Now I'm going to shoot using the sights only. This time I'm going to shoot using the laser only. Go ahead and make the gun safe. Bring the target in. Now, as expected, the laser, this was doing the best I could do to line up both. This was sights only. This was laser only. Now for me, I had it set up for this demonstration so that the laser was just above the front sight, which means these shots should have actually been a little bit higher. Now, the nice thing about these lasers is that they have adjustment controls for left and right and for up and down. So you can control it with a little hex wrench where you just adjust the screw in or out, depending on whether you want to go up, down, left, or right. So it's easy to adjust. There's adjustment on the side here and adjustment on the bottom here. The bottom one is for height elevation, and the one on the side is for windage left and right. And that's on all the models. They have the capability for you to actually sight it in to the way that you see that your gun is actually marking depending on where the laser is. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to send the target back out, and I'm just going to do some shooting. And what I want you to be able to see is the laser light on the target, not so much from a sighting perspective, but so that you can see, and you might be able to see for yourself if you were to videotape with your cell phone, if you're jerking the trigger, because you'll see the direction of the laser both before the shot and after the shot. Now I'm purposely going to try to jerk the trigger a few times so that you can see the target, see the laser on the target jerking low right before I shoot, and then I'll just do some other things to kind of set it up so you can see the benefits of using a laser and using your cell phone to videotape your target to see what you're doing, because many people who jerk the trigger or anticipate recoil insist that that's not what they're doing, and it's not until they see it themselves, and this is a great way for them to see it, that they believe it's actually happening. So let me load up a magazine and we're going to take a few more shots. This first time, I'm going to just try to do as good as I can in the top square. Now I'm going to actually jerk the trigger a little bit so you can see how the laser will help you be an indicator of the fact that you're doing that when you're trying to do some self-assessment with your own shooting, recreational shooting. And you can see that by jerking the trigger, that's even hard for me to demonstrate doing, but you can see where the laser is actually moving off to the bottom and to the bottom left, and that can help you determine if in fact you're making some problems. I'll try that again because it's hard for me to do what I'm not supposed to do after all these years of doing it the right way. And you can see the laser right before I pull the trigger jerks in that downward fashion, but then it goes back up on recoil and then settles back in the middle of the target. But you can see by using lasers, you're going to be able to not only maybe enhance your ability to see a target, particularly in a low light situation. If your eyes are getting bad like mine, my aging eyes aren't so good, so a laser might be an enhancement in a real life situation. But then at the very least, if you get a laser, you can use the laser to supplement your training by helping you determine exactly what it is you're doing to improve your shooting. Many times I find people who insist, like I mentioned earlier, they're not jerking the trigger, and it's not until they see the laser being projected on the target that they can see that happening. What I recommend you do for that is you set the laser about a ½ inch to 1 inch below your line of sight and just shoot natural drills, 1 or 2 shots of a couple of magazines, and make sure you videotape it, because when you can't see the laser with your sights, it's going to help you later on when you go back and look at the video, determine what it is you were doing to cause the shooting problems. Because I don't want you to concentrate both on your sights and the laser if you're not going to use the laser, but I want the laser to be a tool for you if you're going to use it. Again, so you adjust the setting so it's about a ½ inch or 1 inch below where your sights are lined up, so you can't see it when you're lining up. You will only use the laser, the projected laser beam, when you are reviewing the video after the fact to see if in fact you're jerking the trigger so that your shots are going low, or maybe right before impact. We even have some people who they close their eyes because they're afraid, and as they do that, typically their head goes down and you'll see the laser come up, and that shot obviously would be high. So there's a number of different ways that you can use the laser, and I want it to work for you. Now, we have at SimTrainer a number of different lasers that are available, so if you have a gun and you want to try it out to see if it's something for you, simply come down to the store, see if we have one that fits your gun. Some of them are universal, others are gun specific, but we certainly want you to have the opportunity to try one out before you buy it. And even if we don't have one for your particular gun, we can put one on another gun so you can see how the laser works for you, how you can see the light being projected, how it can make you better able to get quick target acquisition. There are limitations. Under high stress, sometimes people don't see colors, red or green or whatever it is, very well. But once you train with it and you grow to expect it, that's something that could enhance your ability in a real life situation. Keep in mind that anything mechanical is subject to malfunction, so there's always that possibility. That's why at the very least we want you to use the laser to enhance your shooting skills to become a better shooter all around.
Now through the end of April, Crimson Trace is offering some spectacular manufacturer rebates on their various laser systems. You can check out SimTrainer's introduction to their laser systems using the link in the description or by following the link at the bottom of this video.